As demand for cloud services across African nations grows, so too does the need for an ecosystem of local service providers, enabling these countries and their governments to maintain data sovereignty and provide digital services to their citizens. The underlying infrastructure to empower citizens and businesses with tools and services needs investment. The Smart Africa Alliance is a bold initiative that aims to provide leadership and cohesion across the region, powering socio-economic development through digital technology, representing a combined population of 700 million people.
Smart Africa is the Pan-African multilateral organization with the sole mission to transform Africa into a single digital market by 2030. The new resources in the world today is no longer the oil, it is the data. So how do we actually become a precursor and a catalyzer for the fourth industrial revolution readiness for our countries? That is the main purpose of the Smart Africa, the main vision.
Their Cloud and Data Centers for Africa initiative aims to attract data center implementation in the region and identify challenges for the development of an African-owned service provider ecosystem. As part of this, Smart Africa and Hewlett-Packard Enterprise have signed a Memorandum of Understanding outlining the principles of a pilot of a proof of concept for a decentralized cloud federation within selected Smart Africa member states.
The mission of Hewlett-Packard Enterprise is by design to improve the way people live and work. We have a big presence there, and we wanted really to support the digital transformation of Africa. When we learned that Smart Africa was existing and to build the single digital market in Africa, we said, wow.
HPE is one of the big players, of course, in the enterprise. So being a big player also in the industry, in the world, and in particular also in Africa, we thought it was very important to have an MOU, to have a HPE on board as we are conducting all this study, as we are going through all this initiative, and to learn from the expert as well, for also HPE, why not to be a bigger player tomorrow in Africa in terms of the cloud computing.
The pilot is intended to enable local cloud service providers and resellers to develop, sell, and deliver targeted country-specific cloud services, ultimately creating a federation of service providers.
Our DNA is called pragmatism. We don't push paper and follow the paper and hoping that it will work. Because the reality of the matter today, you cannot continue doing the same thing and expecting a different result. That's why we always start with the proof of concept pilot project. People get to know what it is. They will not alienate the cloud computing once they accept it in those 4 countries in terms of proof of concept, and now we push with the regulatory environment for it to stick.
These cloud services will be designed to address the needs of different industry sectors, including agriculture, smart city, education, energy, finance, and health. Through this federation of service providers, the selected member states will be able to collect, process, and share data from different use cases, ultimately unlocking the value of these data and driving business growth across Africa.
When you look at the intra-trade in Africa, it is representing roughly 18% of the global trade. In comparison, for instance, for Europe or Asia, which are at least at 60%, there is certainly something to be done. And this is a very big intention of Smart Africa to use and to leapfrog what has happened by using digital transformation to increase the intra-trade.
Smart Africa is the only Pan-African organization with the private sector sitting at the board of it. It is in our manifesto, private sector first, which basically means for us to achieve our goal and our vision, we cannot do it without the private sector.
The development of these local cloud services will follow the principles of security and privacy by design in order to meet the stringent requirements for data protection and governance. Find out more about Smart Africa at smartafrica.org.